The 2025 Minnesota Vikings are a perfect team to look at when you think of the phrase, all it takes is one offseason to change everything. Unfortunately, their case is in the negative way. A year ago, 14-3, unbelievable season. The future is promising. The future is bright. Hey, no one expected us to do well. Think about what we could do when we're not, quote-unquote, rebuilding, or we're a little deeper in the reload. And then, of course, we see what has happened so far in the 2025 season, unfortunately for them, and really just potentially the massive mistake they made at quarterback. Of course, JJ's still very young. But the thing is, last year, there was potential to maybe go all the way. You keep Darnold, maybe that happens again. I'm not sure. But let's actually take a look at this team. So the first thing that I notice, besides, of course, a very low overall quarterback overall, is that this offensive line is rated really high, yet in real life, they have not played super well. Simply put, they have not been great. And I will say it's a little hard to judge them as well because I would say they're probably the most blitz team in the league. I don't know the actual numbers. I would love to know those. They got to be top 5 blitz. This quarterback situation, it is one of the worst performing quarterback slots I have seen in a while. I mean, no matter who they throw out there, it is disgustingly bad every single week. And of course, their quarterbacks look scared. They look, deer in the headlights. They're lucky to get the ball off half the time. And it's just, they're not reading the field well, and nothing is really going well for this offense. Of course, the big thing with this offseason is overpaying players that are not playing to that standard. Now, I know Hockenson wasn't a last year, move, but a lot of guys on this team in general being paid a lot of money to not look really good. I think Hockenson's one of them. I think he doesn't do as much as that number, that salary is saying he should. Of course, Will Fries, 79 overall, got paid nearly $20 million per year for 5 more seasons. Aaron Jones, they paid so much for, barely has played this year. Hasn't looked great when he's been out there. Of course, J.J. McCarthy, he's still young. We'll give him time, but of course, that has not been a positive move this year. Jefferson, Addison, they're still a good duo. I'm not going to judge them. This quarterback play has been horrible. It has been horrible. And then the defensive side of the ball, it doesn't get better with the spending. Jonathan Allen and Javon Hargrave, they have not been good. They have not been worth the money that they were paid. Simply put, of course, they also let Bynum go, and that was a big error. This team, it just really, simply put, had a bad offseason. There's really not much more to it. They did not have a good offseason. The rookies they drafted have not had a crazy immediate impact. Really, you have Donovan Jackson, and it's like kind of it, right? This team, they're going to need to draft well because they have a lot of money tied up to a lot of players they cannot get rid of just yet. And obviously, they do still have some youth. They still have some guys that can turn it around. If J.J. McCarthy plays well, all of this could be forgiven. But I don't know how much I believe in him playing well either at this point because I have not liked what I've seen. But what we like to do is separate a little bit of the Madden and a little bit of the real life. If we're talking about pure Madden, guys, I think we will have to replace now or at some point throughout this likely 5-year rebuild, running back for sure, right guard possibly, even though I can't because financially they're locked in, tight end possibly, and then defensively, interior for sure, off-ball linebackers, edge, at least edge opposite side of Grenard, assuming we don't develop Dallas Turner, which I'm going to try to do. Free safety for sure, maybe strong safety, and at least a corner. So quite a bit of work to get to. If you're a Vikings fan out there, let me know what you think is the biggest issue. Is it actually the play calling? Has the play calling just been pure garbage, not allowing the QBs to look good? Of course, even as a Packers fan, I don't get to watch every single snap of the Vikings. There's going to be things I miss. There's going to be some things that maybe I'm parroting from, Reddit or Twitter or, the analysts using the same tired, maybe incorrect talking point. Let me know in the comment section below. And while you're down there, no matter who you are, maybe leave a like if you end up enjoying this video. Subscribe if you're new. We do a ton of franchise stuff on the channel, including rebuilds, obviously. Follow me on Twitter, Jeromepkr, second channel, PK Place for non-Madden content. Biggest thing you can do for me, though, is let me know what team you'd like to see rebuild next. And if you have a challenge rebuild idea, let me know that as well. Of course, another thing to note is I am recording this before the Vikings take on the Commanders. I'm not even 100% sure if Jaden Daniels is playing or not. So it'd be very crazy if the Vikings just have a crazy good quarterback game. If that's the case, just the PKer's curse just strikes again, let me tell you. And yeah, we kind of hit that already on the Jalen Naylor on the head. Dude, I don't know what the hell I'm yapping about. But yeah, this offseason spending clearly has affected us. Negative $33 million, and I haven't even touched the team yet. That sounds sus. Ivan Pace, no. Jalen Naylor, no. Rondale Moore, I mean, thankfully, we don't really have anybody that I'm like, I want them. We must do what we can to keep them. Besides CJ Ham also. By the way, was he not bald? Look at this guy glow up. Unless he was never bald, then I apologize, but I swear he was. He wasn't bald? Is this a Mandela effect? I swear he was bald at one point. But yeah, anyways, we're broke, can't afford anybody. Woohoo! And to no one's surprise, we are 6-11. Take a look at the season standings, because of course, I mean, this season was lost, so we actually do want to lose. So there is a reason for me to be like, hey, let's force lose some games. Of course, you guys don't know by the time this rebuild is up whether this was true or not. Then they have the Cowboys. I suspect they lose that game. Giants, I don't know. I think they probably lose that game too. Lions and Packers, you would assume they lose. They could go winless, or they can win every game. I don't know. The NFL's weird this year. Either way, look, wow. We're giving J.J. McCarthy 9 whole touchdowns this year. I get he's only at 6 right now as is, but okay. I F him, I guess. F it. Looking at running backs, Jones maybe finished with that. Not promising. Wide receivers, sure. I mean, there's bad quarterbacking season. Blocking, a lot of pressures allowed. Tell you that much. Pass rush, not what I was hoping for. Put Dallas Turner in there, and actually really good, right? I mean, 147 downs played, 5.5 sacks. We'll take it. Maybe promising next season. Picks kind of low. Kicking, definitely seen worse. Punting, I've seen worse. Kick return, punt return game, not much going on there. Looking at MVP, they're going to give it to Jalen Hurts. Jaguars with Coach of the Year. Looking at the NFC side, Offensive Player of the Year, Jalen Hurts. Micah Parsons, Defensive Player of the Year. Buka, Offensive Rookie of the Year. Jalen Walker, Defensive Rookie of the Year. Hurts, McCaffrey, St. Brown, Lane Johnson, Micah Parsons, Caden Ellis, and Kevin Byard with Eddie Pinheiro as your best kicker. So nothing for us. Who would have thought? Wait, what the hell am I witnessing? The Cowboys and the Broncos in the Super Bowl. I suppose you'd be kind of wondering what the Cowboys-Lions result is. Cowboys win a Super Bowl at 11-5-1. Well, that's not happening, but in theory, they could still make the playoffs. So even though they should have lost that game to the Lions here, I think if they win these 4 games, they would be in the playoffs, right? Or at least have a good chance to. Also, that is crazy. The Lions and Bears both missed the playoffs. Wow. Yeah, I'm kind of fearing something like this is going to happen in real life. And as a Packers fan, if we miss the playoffs while not having our own first-round pick, the Madden franchise guy in me will definitely be crashing out. Of course, J.J. McCarthy regresses 2 whole overalls, and normally I get pretty mad with these stupid regressions while players are in their prime. I don't have any legs to stand on. I am a paraplegic in this case. That's not really a tasteful joke. I don't see why not. I mean, he played like crap, right? We also do see Harrison Smith retires. Any other retirements in here? Let's see. But Harrison Smith retires. Xavier Scott retires. Also, you don't have to not have legs. Actually, well, let's move on. How about that? How about let's move on? We have negotiations, but unless I am just unaware of somebody getting paid way too much money that we can release, don't think there's anything we can do about this. Which, honestly, I don't really need to. I don't really want any of these players back anyways. But yeah, I mean, in theory, you could get rid of Hargrave, which is probably something we're going to do. You can get rid of O'Neal, which I don't want to do, but we might have to. And then we can get rid of Blake Cashman, who we might. We do have some outs, though, at least. So that's good. Take a look at free agency, see if there's anybody we want to risk everything for, which Yeah, first glance, it does not appear that's the case. We are here in the draft, pick number 10 overall. A couple of big positional needs, in my opinion, would be running back, which Jeremiah Love looks great, of course. Problem is he probably won't be there, but if he's there at 10, I've got to take him, I think. Corner, definitely a big need as well. Potentially edge, but corner is very high up there. DT would be helpful for sure. Linebacker as well. But here are the corners. Kind of like Terrell quite a bit. So I'm not sure, but I like Terrell a lot with that speed. I'm kind of eyeing up Love, though. I really think, another Love in the NFC North. But we'll see, because, even McCoy looks great. So we should have someone there at number 10. The thing is, if we take Love, I don't know where we get corner. Whereas if we take corner, I think we can get running back later. Of course, Mendoza goes to the Giants, which is interesting. Downs to the Commanders. Quarterback to the Jets as well. Another quarterback, the Saints. Cornerback to the Raiders. DT to the Cardinals. Edge to the Browns. And then the Bengals at 9 take DT. So we actually, if we want Terrell, we literally get our choice. I do like Love quite a bit, though. That is a tough one for me. Do I believe? McCoy's a 1-2, so I could, in theory, wait on him anyways. What about Singleton's a round 1, actually. Interesting. I am intrigued. I like Jeremiah Love a lot, but I just think this team needs corner more. You know what? I'm going to go Jermod McCoy. I think A-man coverage, C-press, B-zone, B-catching. He's got the size at 6 foot tall. He's athletic enough. Corner 2, potentially corner 1 incoming. 5 true talent. Just be hidden dev. And there you go. Insane jumping. Sure, this pure speed I would love a little bit higher, but everything else looks great just from what we can see. We now move on to the second round. Okay, well, Jeremiah Love's not going to fall to the second round, so I am going to have to pass on him, even though I really don't want to. So one thing I really don't love with these as well is, where does the realism go? It's like, do I take a player because they're there, even though they won't be? And then we have Kilgore, who, I don't know if he really fits as a safety. Oh, Love is there, dude. I really should just take him, dude. I really should. Perkins, I don't think that's even really like a pass. That's more of a pass rusher. Well, Halsey, we definitely could use a safety. The problem is the safety's not really loving them here. This is the closest I'm going to get to what I want. A bunch of quantity picks to get a high third, a high fourth this year, and a third next year from the Titans. Hopefully our players are still there. I'm going to slow sim it just to make sure. Of course, Love goes to the Chiefs, but just to make sure we're at least going to land somebody that we want. And with the start of the third round, we're going to be taking Nick Singleton here, who I think is going to be our starting running back straight up. Hoping for the best here. 13 true talent. That's 2 top 15 picks now. Hidden development tray with a bunch of speed. What a steal. And I don't know what his use is going to be yet, but I just want an athlete. Is he a pass rusher? Is he off ball? I don't know. I really don't know. 23 true talent. Sadly, normal development trait, but yeah, all the talent in the world with all that speed. Just got to develop him. He's got to start somewhere. I don't know where, just somewhere. Ooh, tackle Blake Miller. Sounds good to me. I like some of the potentials. Ooh. Oh! But he is hidden. This guy I had on my list in the past, in a different rebuild, and he just was gone, and I could not take him. Yeah, that works out. That absolutely works out for me. And even though all the safeties I have are pretty bad, Rod Moore, even though he's 23, is at least decent. Some of these other guys, they had some speed, but not really any other ratings. Rod Moore's got some coverage, so that's who we're going to be taking here. Rod Moore, 60 true talent. Okay, better than the tackle. Sadly normal, but honestly, I don't really have a backup plan. I think he's a starter. And now we move on to the 7th round, so did not get better in the trenches like I was really hoping to. But we landed a couple long-term starters potentially. And now we take a long snapper with our final draft pick, Bo Gardner, who is, really good apparently. He's got a gray circle as his true talent. Sick. or his grade, I should say. And we're broke again. Christian Watson going. Get Jonathan Taylor, please. Thank you. Draft recap. Let's take a look at these overalls. Oh, those first 3 picks, not bad at all. Next 2, a little lower, and then the long snapper. I guess we're going to just bump his long snapping ability up. But Jeromepkr, what a draft pick this is. Looks like the Vikings have finally found themselves a cornerback in the draft. Definitely has been many a try, many a failure for this team at the cornerback position. Start of the helmet trade, I can live with it when you're that good of an overall. And then we have Nick Singleton. I mean, not really a high draft pick, but since we traded down, it feels like a high draft pick because he was our next pick after pick 10 in the first round. Looking at the dev, he is star dev, but a long-term starter at number 1. That is our starting running back for sure. And then we have Perkins. He is only normal dev, but like, what do I do with him? Do I put him in coverage? Is he a will linebacker? Like, who does he start at edge over? Like, Dallas Turner? Probably not. I don't know. Blake Miller, though, hidden development trait, likely only star. Where do you play him? I'm not sure. Maybe he just plays backup right tackle for now and then replaces O'Neal when we inevitably can't afford him. And then Rod Moore. I mean, he is raw, but he's okay. Not going to look at the draft recap because I do not want to be spoiled on the class on who is good and who is bad. All right, Season 2 team. We got McCarthy up to a 74 overall using all the upgrades we had left over and with the training camp stuff, which, I mean, it's good since he's only 23, but yeah, there's still a long way to go. Singleton goes up an overall. Addison goes up 2 and then doesn't go up 2 overalls, but he gets the second upgrade right here, which we'll do. Yeah, maybe Hawkinson gets the training camp next year and he gets 86. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't have used this on Addison. How young is he? Yeah, I probably should use it on Hawkinson. Whatever. Defensively, though, a lot of issues. Perkins is our new will linebacker. Pyramid at Mike. Moore is the free safety. Yeah, there's a lot of guys on this team that I don't think have a long-term future with us yet. They're starting anyways. So this upgrade made Jordan Addison go from an 86 to an 89 overall. Unbelievable upgrade there. Like, that's actually crazy. Take a look at these contracts. Okay, a little bit more money. Jordan Addison wanting a lot, but we do have $62 million. O'Neal, I can see why he's a free agent a lot of the time now because I think we're going to follow suit with that. Van Ginkel's definitely gone. Ryan Kelly, I mean, I want to keep one of these guys, but I'm not even sure if Ryan Kelly's going to be here at 34. I see guys retire a lot, but at least we can keep Addison. Don't know what's going to happen with Turner and McCarthy, though. I really do not want to have to pay McCarthy like $40 million per year, and I'm not even sure he's the guy. We had a really good start to the year, but that was a very small start. It was like a couple of games, and then since then, not so great. Could use a scheme change, possibly. Not 100% sure, but 6-11. Not a great year, unfortunately. Take a look at the win-loss. A bunch of losses. That's 8 losses out of 9 games. Unbelievable. What a year, Vikings. Appreciate you. Let's take a look at these numbers, though. That's not a bad year. I know the touchdowns and yards are a little lower than I would, want for somebody trying to develop into a superstar or X-Factor or whatever, but that's really good following a very bad year and him still being below an 80 overall. Running back Singleton for Madden Sim, that's basically like hitting 4.7 yards per carry in real life. And then Addison, 20 touchdowns, hopefully gets him the dev up. Jefferson, oof. Felton, oof. Hawkinson, multiple oof. That's just bad. Of course, looking at blocking, pretty good blocking actually outside of Jackson. And then pass rush, Grenard, 11.5 sacks. Turner, 7 picks. I thought that would look like a D lineman had 3. I think it was just Pyramid has some sacks, so it kind of confused me. But Perkins, 4 picks, a lot of tackles. Could be, hopefully should be, rookie of the year. Kicking was definitely down. Gillikin was a good punter. Kick return, punt return game, as usual. Nothing to write home about. Yeah, 31st offensive yardage. That sucks. That's not good. Defense, though, 18th. I can live with it. Scoring, 27th. I don't want to live with it. And then points allowed, 15. So defense is okay. It's like middle of the park, middle of the pack, halfway there. Offense is like right at the bottom. Of course, MVP, we did not win any awards. Rookie of the year, please. Oh, we almost got Rookie of the Year on offense. Just no touchdowns. Couldn't do it. Perkins, yes. Automatically star, could go to superstar. Could even be an edge rusher if we really wanted him to be. McCarthy at number 5 for best QB. Running back, not on the list. Best wide receiver, number 2. O-line, no. D-line, number 7. Linebacker, number 7 again. DB, no. Kicker, no. Not a good year. But we should have at least 1, maybe 3 dev-ups guaranteed. And the Ravens win the Super Bowl over the Packers 34-24. Let's take a look at our dev-ups. Come on, offense. McCarthy does not go to dev, but he is an 81 overall now. Singleton, 86. Addison, surprisingly, 20 touchdowns, over 1,000 yards receiving. Not enough for a dev-up. Even made the Pro Bowl. What are we doing? It's so mean. Ryan Kelly sticks around. Could be an extension for him. And then defensively, we do see Perkins go up in dev. Goes all the way to superstar, which is really good. Superstar development trait. Have they been developing him as a pass? I guess he can't develop as a pass rusher because he's an off-ball linebacker. But yeah, star dev from his season. Superstar dev from his Rookie of the Year win. What a year for him, at least. Not really anyone else, but for him. Aaron Jones and Daquan Jones, the Joneses, if you will, retiring. We're pretty broke at $24 million, but we should be able to at least keep Ryan Kelly on 1 more season. Which, sure, why not? 1 year, 15.5. That's it. Sorry, Brian O'Neill, but Miller is going to replace you. We're just too broke. Now time to take a look at free agency, where got a couple of names here, but unfortunately, with our $18 million, that accounting, not even really accounting for the rookie reserve, I don't believe. Yeah, we're not going to be spending any money. We got to save it all. It is draft time, my dudes. We are a little bit higher than we were last year. It's 7 overall. And I got to say, there's some pretty good D linemen in this one. Don't know if I would say edge is number 1, but I figured we have this high of a draft pick. Like outside of maybe QB, we don't really have anyone that you would want to pay, put this kind of a draft capital on, other than like an edge rusher. So it's got some edge rushers, 1 or 2, 1 or 2, but a top 5. And then DT, Hobart, top 5. So I don't know. I've seen guys that are 1 to 2 go all the way up to the 11. So unless we're moving down from 7 to 11, I really think we're just going to take Hobart all the way at 7. And holy crap, we really are, as the first 6 picks were all D linemen, all front 4. That's actually kind of crazy. So with that being said, this is one of our biggest reaches we've had all year long, but he does look good. Andy Hobart, welcome to the team. Just be hidden. I don't care if you're a fake generational or not. True talent number 4. Yeah, maybe fake generational, but strong, dieselly fast, hidden dev. All right, this is a really tough draft pick for me because I hate taking linebackers this high, but we really need linebacker. And even though I really want one of these tight ends because we could use one for Hockenson next season, I have no choice. I have to go with Mr. Max Scioli, insanely fast Mike linebacker. Give me the hidden dev. That's all I ask. Oh, it's questionable. No. And he's not even 4.38 speed either. So crazy enough, those tight ends are actually still there anyways. Sally, the cornerback I wanted, is gone, but the safety, who is slow admittedly, is still there. Kind of a tough one. I kind of want to take one of these tight ends. Whitworth wasn't that fast, but Goodson was. 4.54. I don't know. I think I need to see how good our free safety was. 77 overall is actually not bad for someone that was just 23. I think we could live without the safety, but it doesn't matter because Goodson goes before us anyways. So we're going to make the trade up. 7th round pick, 2 years from now to move up like a sliver. Oh, I just traded back? Why did I think it was the Steelers? I meant to do the... I wonder why that was such an easy trade. Hopefully I made the right trade this time. I feel sorry because I kind of scammed the Jets here, but yeah, just don't give me control of a real life. Oh, who the hell is this? Throw power sucks. If it wasn't for the throw power being bad, I'd actually just take him. Why not? I think we're taking Ridgeway though. Let's look around a little bit first, but that might be the move. I really don't know what to expect, but I think I'm going to take the chance. I mean, there's enough Bs in there that I think he's at least in the 70s. And my rule of thumb when drafting is if they're at least in the 70s, there's a chance of hitting, and I can live with them no matter how slow or bad they are. And that's the risk I'm taking. And at 54 true talent, he is in the 70s. But he's normal dev, so it's a wasted pick, so forget it. And holy crap, all of our freaking linemen are gone. We're stuck with a 23-year-old left guard. That's not good. And we're going to be trading back. Oh, I guess we're not going to be trading back. They're too broke. And here's the Jets giving me exactly the type of trade I like. And the Dolphins will follow suit. We'll take both of those with pleasure. All right, next pick, DT, Brett Dillard. 10 true talent. Dev. Hidden Dev, what a draft pick. Now I'm regretting the DT so high. And screw it, we're on a roll with this DT position, so let's do it again. True talent 20. Damn, dude, we almost had a perfect one. And the Eagles are going to give us a 4th round next year, so we'll take it. We don't really need that many draft picks this year. We're already probably not even going to be able to afford all these guys anyways. And now it is time to take this singular lineman who was true talent 13. Okay. Ooh, random fullback, 28 true talent. Sadly not hidden, though. Had many a hidden in the past, but not this year. Fullback hiddens are just kind of struggling to find them. This draft class costed us $15 million, so hopefully... Ooh. Actually not bad, 79 overall, but hopefully it was worth it. Very good power move. Solid block shed. Great tackle. He doesn't give me X Factor vibes, but he is a very good overall, so... Not mad with pick at all. Will say, though, even though he doesn't give me X Factor vibes, gives me superstar vibes. Yeah, I was about to say, gives me superstar vibes. I need something in the 90s, so no point in even saving there anyways. And then sadly, even though the middle linebacker was normal dev, he will have to start. We kind of have no choice. I tried to make a trade for an established linebacker, didn't work. It is what it is. Ridgeway, good depth at safety, but he will not be starting, unfortunately. Then we look at the DT Dillard, 77 overall. Pretty good. Pretty good stuff. Star dev for sure. Star dev for sure, without a doubt, but you never know. And we knew. And then here is Starks, the last kind of hidden dev, the last guy we expect to start at some point. I'm not even sure if that's true, but at some point he might start. Take a look at the dev of Mr. Starks, who is star dev. I think for now, even though he's kind of on the big side, center. Backup center to Ryan Kelly, who is probably going to retire on us. Two things I did want to see, though. Dempsey, for sure, who was normal dev. I would have taken him at 7 without a doubt. Thank you, Madden gods, for getting rid of him before I had a chance. And then here are the tight ends. Goodson definitely would have been the guy I would have focused on. Oh, no. He was hit, and I should have traded up because that safety is literally useless. This tight end would have been miles more useful. Okay, at least he is only star, but yeah. If we could have traded up instead of taking this safety and taking that tight end, it's been honestly like the perfect class. 2 upgrade points did a whole lot for McCarthy. He went from 81 to 85. Some of these upgrades have been crazy. I mean, it just, I don't know. Deep accuracy is still a little iffy, but medium and short are through the roof. I just don't know if we can afford them. I just hope we can. But either way, here is what the team is looking like for, what is this, technically season number 2. McCarthy, 85 overall. Hawkinson, who got the other training camp thing, +2 there. Didn't do running back. I don't think we need to. I think Singleton's well on his way. Probably should do Grenard, though, on the edge. Team looks decent. It's getting there. If Scioli can develop nicely, Wiggins Rookie of the Year has a similar glow up to Perkins. Linebacker should be fine, too, and... I don't know. I think the trajectory's going up, sort of. Oh my God, what have we done? JJ McCarthy wants so much money. Warm weather state, close to home, highest value offer. I mean, I'm not really sure what I'm about to do, what I can do with half of that, but we'll offer this. Okay, he took it. There goes all of our money. Grenard, possibly. Murphy, possibly. Turner, we're going to take a chance on. I don't want to lose 2 edge rushers, so we'll do a 60 or 60. The money is great. It just, can he be, is the question. And then Hawkinson for sure is gone, especially when he regresses. Allen likely gone. Yeah, I mean, with this kind of money left over, I guess we do at least pick up one more person guaranteed who we want to be. I guess Grenard will be one of those guys. Boom. Possibly Murphy, like we said, but we'll see. So, unfortunately, we have yet another bad season on our case here. I did not change the offensive scheme. I did change the defense, though. I figured if we're in a 3-4, you might as well rock the damn Giants while you're there. Take a look at the win-loss. You know, for a moment, I thought we were going to turn it around right here. Then we lost 3 in a row. Win-loss, win-loss. Boom, 7-10. Slight improvement, arguably, maybe. JJ McCarthy is an okay season, not elite though. Singleton though, very good season, improvement for sure. Addison was solid, still not going to go to superstar though, I don't think. Receivers, scheme's not going to allow these guys to develop too well. O-line, right tackle gave up 14 sacks, left tackle, left guard gave up 9 each. Center gave up 7, right guard gave up 6. Bunch of sacks allowed. Pass rush, Turner double digits. That's huge. Grenard, 12.5, maybe he goes X Factor, who knows. 8 for Allen. Wasted season for Hobert. Maybe I do need to go to a 4-3 because I really want Hobert to develop, and he can't when he's not playing many snaps. Corners, 3 picks, 2 picks, 1-1-1. Kicking better, but he's kind of teetering between like 65 and 80%. Punting, really good yards per punt. And then, of course, special teams touchdowns, non-existing yet again. Yeah, okay. Giving up, you know, this offense should be a little bit better than 25th now, I think. In, you know, yardage, 22nd in scoring. I think maybe it's time for a playbook change. Just maybe. MVP, obviously not. Any other award wins? Please, Rookie of the Year, actually. Damn, all the way down to 6. Not even close. And, of course, with that being said, no other award wins won. And a very nice Super Bowl of Rams-Chiefs, 44-38. The Rams win. DevUps for us, I don't think any. These schemes are not really built to get DevUps, sadly. Defensively, though, maybe we get lucky with Scioli, which we unfortunately do not. But, ooh, Murphy goes to Superstar. That's actually huge. Not bad, actually. Clutch timing. And apparently our center's still here. Brandon Cooks retires, but Ryan Kelly doesn't. I guess maybe we're keeping him around for one more season. $50 million left, of course. We're going to be paying Mr. Murphy, which he takes the 1 year 20. Good. Donovan Jackson, 5th year. That's not terrible, but we'll just either pay him or we won't. Hawkinson's gone. Allen, he's played well, but if we only really need one DT in this scheme, then Hobert can be that DT. And where the hell is Ryan Kelly? I don't know. Yeah, whatever. We'll keep him if we can. Boom. And we barely have any money, so free agency's probably going to be irrelevant. Cooper DeJean's pretty sick, but yeah. We kind of can't afford anybody, unfortunately. All right, we're in the draft with pick number 9. We've just been kind of all around that, you know, top 10-ish range. And this time at number 9, corner. Ooh. Oh, the tight end's good, too. This is tough because Delgado is a 4.37 tight end, which at top 5, that seems like a generational. And if we're looking at all of our positional needs, right now, the number 1 is hands down tight end. But after this season, it could be corner. And I personally think corner is a little bit more important than a tight end. But I also don't think I'm going to trade up. I might, because we have other tight ends that are really good too. This guy, Moreno, 4.58 40. That's pretty good. Sanchez, another 23-year-old with 4.49 40. And we might be able to land a corner and a tight end here, which would be very clutch. But at the same time, we have other corners that are pretty good too, like Good as a 1-2 is, you know, tall and looks good. Ironic enough, calling him Good. Hicks, if he's there at 5, I'll go for him. If he's not, I'm not going to. And he is. Oof, let's see. Let's see how much it'll cost. Surprisingly, only a 4th, 5th, and a 7th. That's worth it, I think. That corner looks so good. I don't regret it. I'm going to take this guy. Even if he's normal dev, he's like a 78+ overall minimum. Russ Hicks, 23 years old. A's across the board. Number 1 true talent. With, of course, hidden dev. 97 speed. That is a generational. And I will say there is a chance that, like, Moreno would still be there next round, but I think he's the best remaining tight end there. Do feel like there's a chance at normal dev vibes, but just hoping for the best. And now he is hidden. Fair enough. Really good player. And yeah, it's pretty safe to say the tight end would have been there. So a little bit of a bad decision from us. Whoops. We do have linebacker Cantu. He wasn't the fastest, but his key ratings were really good. So, I mean, I could use more linebackers. I'm going to trade up to the Jets to get that play. Here's a 7th-round pick and a backup safety for that trade up, which, of course, is going to be the linebacker. I don't, love the pick, but he's good enough. Roberto Cantu. 61 true talent with, sadly, normal development trade. That's kind of an L. We get a 5th and 2-6 from the Bengals for this 4th-round pick, which is a very high 4th-round pick, to be fair. They're moving up 50 spots, so it is a fair trade. It's just, I think we got an absolute steal of a trade. Should be able to land some DTs and some linemen, which I'm sure you guys don't really care about. And all 4 players we drafted were hidden. Also, 2 massive players at the end. 6'6", 347. I just completely ignore the corner, who is an 82 overall. We got an 82. Can he play wide receiver? Is this like a Travis Hunter build? Wait a minute. There's no way. He's, of course, an X-Factor. Is this a Travis Hunter? It's not. It's just coincidental. That would have been really cool. That would have been a hell of a title. Thanks, EA, for ruining my dreams. Appreciate you a ton. Oscar Moreno, hidden development trade. This is the kind of guy that I need to be Superstar Plus. Okay? It would be a very big help. I'd appreciate it. Thank you very much for not playing along. And then huge L with Cantu, who is normal development trade. He's just going to be a backup linebacker pretty much across the board. And then we also did land a lineman that was pretty big, too. 6'5", Colin Brooks. Crazy to have that kind of lead block of that size. A lot of hidden development trade linemen that'll, make backups and maybe starters at some point. There is one player I want to look at, though, before we move along, which, of course, is going to be the tight end, Delgado, who is an 81 overall, mind you. Not exactly a 4.37 like we thought he would be, but he obviously is very good at catching's amazing. He is athletic. He might not be 4.37 athletic, but he is still athletic. Dev of only star. So we definitely made the right call. All right, here we are. Season number 3. We did our training camp. 88 overall McCarthy. We actually did Moreno for our +2. Is I think 92 overall for Addison. It's not bad at 26 now. He's already a very good player. Trying to get as many players to 90+ overall as possible. O-line. Might need a new left guard. Might need a new center. Might need a new right guard. But we technically have all of that ready to go. So we're chilling. Then, defensively, Scioli, I really wish he would have played a little bit better. 78 overall. Hopefully he gets a dev up this season. Edge, I need Dallas Turner to crank it up a notch. Safeties, that might be the focus this upcoming season. All right, negotiations. Justin Jefferson, how much is this? $40 million. It's a lot, but it's also kind of fair value. Murphy might be a free agent, or we move him to safety. Jackson, the price is kind of cheap. As of right now, I don't hate the contracts you got to pay. Mattel's going to be gone because he's going to regress. Grenard, we hopefully keep around another season. But overall, contractually, we should be fine. And here we are at 9-7, trying to make our way into the playoffs. The final 3 games, I changed our playbook to the Packers on offense. We won 2 in a row, and here we are with a chance to win 3 in a row to get into the postseason. Don't know what it is. This Viking scheme just doesn't get it done. Last Madden was actually kind of decent. This Madden seems to be pretty bad, as the Cowboys are going to take the last-second lead. Offense really struggling here, and they're going to punt the ball. If you've seen anything that indicates you're going to win punting the ball, because I don't. Dude, how could you play with this Vikings team? Is this really how bad it is? I genuinely couldn't see him. I genuinely did not see him there. That is crazy. Dude, I literally didn't see him. It's so bright, and dude, this stadium's a joke. This has got to be just a Madden thing, right? Again, it literally looks like prison. What a stupid. I don't feel like I've ever seen this in real life. There's no way. But to lose to a 3-13 freaking Cowboys team, what a joke. What a joke, as the clock is just being ripped away. There's no time left, and we're running the ball. Okay. Makes sense. Can we please stop? That is crazy coverage. And it's picked. Again, I've mentioned it a few times, but when we start this brand new series, we may not win a single game if this is how the difficulty is. This coverage is sickening. He steps up on the underneath and somehow, strafing backwards, gets in perfect position. That's crazy work. And then it gets deflected and picked. Wow. I still don't know how we made that comeback in that one rebuild. I really don't. Well, we've lost. We are out of the playoffs. Guaranteed to be out of the playoffs. 100%. That's fun. Lost Anthony freaking Richardson. And as we said, 9 and 8. I guess it didn't really matter because the Cardinals were the 7th seed and we were the 8th seed and the Cardinals won. So I think we were out no matter what. 8 seed, Seahawks at 9 and 8 as well. Yeah, I think we were done no matter what. So that makes you feel a little bit better about losing to a 3 and 13 at the time team. But at the same time, it sucks. J.J. McCarthy, 30 touchdowns, 5 picks, 3,500 yards. Those numbers are like indicators, in my opinion, that McCarthy's overall is too good for the scheme, but the scheme locks him in with those numbers. That's why the picks are so low. Singleton, really good season yet again. Receivers, a little bit better near the end. No numbers for the tight end. I don't know how you're going to develop if you're him. That was horrible. Those are the kind of numbers a tight end gets if they miss half the year due to injury. But we have injuries off, so that's not the case. Pass rush, little disappointing to see Turner kind of regress a little bit, but Bernard's been great. Hobart finally getting the chance to start. Looks great. Picks, a couple of numbers are okay. Kicking, no matter who the kicker is, we just struggle apparently. And then as usual, no kick return touchdowns. The team stats are also all basically within one another. 20th O, 19th D, at least for yards. And then for scoring, 17th on O. And then defense was 15th. So like basically middle of the pack team. Of course, looking at the MVP, we're not going to come close. I will say though, apparently, that was even him. I thought I saw a glimpse of Anthony Richardson. I guess I'm wrong. Any award wins though? The answer is, of course not. Chiefs have been banging a little bit of a comeback in this one. As you can see, the Chiefs are in the Super Bowl against the Eagles. I guess you can't see that. I don't know why I said as you can see when there's literally nothing on the screen showing you that. But the Chiefs do win 9 and 8. Oh, excuse me. I guess 9 and 8's okay in the AFC. Remember when the AFC used to be the juggernaut? You remember that? Do you remember that? It's not anymore, apparently. DevOps, offense, none. DevOps, defense, Scioli. Cool. Pretty cool, actually. And then Moore goes up. I did not expect that. So, he's not great, but if we had to, we could roll with him for another season. But okay, sure. 89 overall. Retirements, Ryan Kelly, right? Oh my God, the whole damn team. Yeah, Ryan Kelly is one of them. Let's take a look at re-signings. We actually have a little bit of money now because we're starting to lose some of these veterans. What about Murphy? Safety or no safety? I think safety. I think safety's a possibility here. So let's 1 year 16, put him at safety. Boom. I think that's the play. Everyone else, though, you're a free agent. Besides Behringer. Also, where's Will Fries? Is he still on the damn team? Like, get your ass off the team. Dude. They believed in him a ton. I also didn't even mention it, but we did give Donovan the 2 year 18. But holy crap, he's locked in for life. We do save money though, right? Like it's a $5 million difference. The penalty splits, so it's only like $4 to $6 million this year we lose. So if we wanted to bring someone in, we could release him. Looking at edge, it's pretty good names, but Grenard's already here, so kind of irrelevant. And while there's a couple of decent names, Dylan Sampson only being 24 this many years later is filthy work, by the way. But yeah, we could bring someone in, but I do not think we will be doing that. Only one team wants Will Fries. I'm willing to do it. A 5th and a 6th plus Sidney Brown. We'll take it. Also, that 5th and 6th, that might be next year. It is. And while I was looking through the trade block, I actually seen a superstar lineman that apparently the Chiefs want to get rid of. 3 years left on his contract, 80 overall. We trade our backup DT and 2 4th-round picks to make that move. I don't know what we're even going to play him at, but I mean, you're going to throw away someone like that. I'm going to take him. I guess he's our center. I kind of like him as our center, so that's where he's going to be playing. He looks good. I guess maybe they just don't have a use for somebody that's 6'2". I don't know. He was on the trade block. He's ours now. We're in the draft with our worst draft pick yet. That's going to mean something to somebody, right? Oh, Sterling Larson, top 5 true talent. I mean, somebody's got to be the top 5, right? Like, top 5 could be a 77, 78, so that isn't the strongest top 5 I've ever seen. Safety is, I mean, arguably our biggest need. For right now, we're fine, but pick 14 might be the move. Not really seeing the safeties I'm kind of, usually looking for. Do we go Meekins? It's a little early for edge, but at the same time, we don't really need anybody else. Meekins or Garrison? Garrison's not really, an edge rush type. Kind of a hybrid build. I think I'm going to go LaShawn Meekins. Future-proofing Grenard. What's the... Actually, 13 True Town. Okay. And Hidden Dev. I was kind of thinking maybe 75 overall normal star for lucky, but no. Could be that 75, 76 range with Hidden Dev. Go to the next round. Safety always sticks around, so even though they're 1-2s, I'd be shocked if they weren't there. But they very well could be gone, which they're not. They're all 3 are there. See who the best is and take them. They're all kind of raw, but Patterson's the fastest, so Patterson's the guy. There was another guy, Ortiz, who had a B zone coverage, but he's a 4.58, so yeah, 27 true talent. And he's hidden. That is interesting. Is that somebody you start? Maybe do you start him over Moore because you don't love the ceiling? Or do you start him over our cornerback, Murphy, who is now playing safety? I'm not sure. Budget day 3ers, though. Randolph, if he's there, we'll take a look at. Can't remember exactly what he looked like, but again, I usually I put somebody on for either their traits or, well, I guess their potentials or their athleticism. So whoever's there is there, 5'8". Did like him as the receiving back type. Quarterbacks are kind of free because nobody needs them anymore. Don't know if I really like anyone here for day 3. I mean, we do need, if we want linemen, we're going to have to take someone soon. What about the other running back? He's 5'9", so he could also be like similar type. He is... I guess you take a lineman here. I lied. We're going to take the Colts 3rd round next year. I don't love the trade, but I also just don't want anyone this year. And unfortunately, they're the only teams that were offering that pick. Got ourselves a strong power blocker. Xavier Broyles is going to be our pick here in the 5th round, which results in a True Talent 16. But he's normal, so it's completely irrelevant. We've been sitting star devs, hidden devs as backups this whole time. What do you think a normal dev's going to do? They're completely screwed. Next pick, though, Steffens. Get ourselves a backup running back. True Talent 57. Normal dev, though. And then for the final pick of the draft, 33 True Talent, Frank Barner, Hidden Dev. Actually, it might not be, because I'm going to look at the kicker punter position real quick. And we went to the draft recap because they all sucked. And we got a couple of, we got a little bit of variety for once, but not a bad draft class, I suppose. Meekins, really bad block shed and power move, but very good finesse. Kind of has superstar written all over him. Can't lie. Give me Everson Griffin vibes. Don't know why. Oh! Yeah, he's pretty good. That is a very good draft pick. Now I want to start him, but I can't because Grenard's on the team, and we're trying to make the damn playoffs at least once. This is, we're kind of reaching some pretty spectacular fail territory. Patterson, is he the starter? I don't know. Star development trait. He's going to probably be a starter next season, whether it be a free or strong. Just not this season. All right, season number 4, late season playbook change was almost able to get us to the playoffs, but we lost to that 3-13 Cowboys team. So no playoffs all the way into season number 4 is kind of crazy, but hopefully this is the year. Full-on new playbook on offense. This is what the team looks like. You got a 90 overall at every skill position. Our tight end's an 84 now. O-line is concerning, right? Like outside of Darisaw, everyone's like low 80s. Defensively, I like it. Grenard, we'll see. Is he replaced by Meekins next season? Maybe. Meekins the next factor. I'm not sure. Free safety Patterson's probably going to be the guy there. Team looks good, though. It's not perfect, but it is one of the best teams in the league. Hopefully, we at the very least, make the playoffs, if not have a big run. All right, money, what do we got? So Perkins, a lot of money for a linebacker, I got to admit. McCoy, you obviously have to pay. Singleton, you obviously have to pay. Darisaw, I don't know. Miller, I don't know. Moore, I don't know. I really don't. So, I don't know. Grenard, I think with how much money we have to spend right now, and you got Hobart next year, probably going to be a cap casualty. Meekins going to be our guy. So, very glad we ended up drafting Meekins. For now, what do we got? Income tax. So, none of these things are going to change. Did he accept it? He did. It's a very expensive contract, but he is a very good player, so it would make sense. McCoy. Is this good? 5-year 100? Little over 5-year 100. We'll get that done. Singleton, of course, pretty decent contract for both sides. 4-year 40. 10 mil per year, not bad. He's a good running back, but he's not like the biggest difference maker in the world. As far as Darisaw goes, if he wants to do a 1-year deal, I'm down, which he does. It's a lot of money, but it's a 1-year deal. We're only doing 1 more season. You know, it makes sense. Murphy, if he doesn't regress too hard, maybe he gets another contract. You know, the corner's going to safety, extending the career. It's happened before. It's the best way to do it. And then, of course, you know, special teamers, if they're playing well, maybe they get a contract. But yeah, $59 million left. That's actually not terrible, especially if we're able to get, you know, these little 1-year deals, perhaps. Yeah, I'm going to need playbooks that not matter so much. 13-4, lost to the Bears there, unfortunately, but holding on for the number 1 seed, the bye week. Show you guys the win-loss. You know, we didn't even use, like, the craziest one, right? We used the Packers offense. I think it's one of the most balanced. You get a little bit of rushing, which Singleton exceeded expectations, to be fair. And then you get a little passing, which even McCarthy, you know, exceeded expectations. You know, you don't see the Packers win the Super Bowl much. I don't even see them make the Super Bowl much in Sim. But they're a good playbook that, you know, gets you some numbers. Doesn't guarantee dev ups anywhere, but gives you a chance, right? That's all I ask for is a chance at a dev up. Looking at pass rush, terrible. Terrible. 5.5 for Turner is terrible. Like, that's the amount of sacks he had in year 1 when we started him for like half a season at most. Like, what are we doing? Terrible year. Absolutely terrible. Picks, not much better. Right? I think picks are pretty low. Kicking, we signed Fitzgerald, but not an amazing season, but a good one. Punting was over 50 yards per punt. Can't ask for much more than that. No special teams touchdowns. Yearly awards. Mahomes wins MVP. McCarthy all the way up at number 3. As far as the other awards go, we get best QB, we get best running back. Best wide receiver is number 3. And that's basically it. Let's see who our first of hopefully many opponents are in the playoffs. It is the Rams. Okay, they're actually a really good team. The LA Rams. They were like the number 2 seed most of the season until like the last few weeks. Going to the end of the game. 0-0, 7-0. 7-7, all right. I can live with it. 14-7. Huge. 14 points within the last like 2 minutes of the half. We are destroying them right now. And that Rams scheme, usually a pretty good offensive scheme. 49-7. We get our first playoff berth, which happens to be a first-round bye. And then our first playoff game of the season, we kill them. First playoff game of the rebuild. We kill them. It wasn't even close. One of the biggest blowouts I've seen in the playoffs in Sim. Crazy. Absolutely crazy work. And a little bit of history here. Saints versus Vikings. Now, it's probably a bit skewed because I'm a Packers fan. It's weird, dude. Okay. This is going to be a little bit of a rant. Packers fans get the most crap from the NFC North because we talk the most crap. Okay, simply put. Anytime, you know, the Lions start doing well, the Bears start doing well, Vikings start doing well. Well, we got 4 Super Bowl wins. You know, I always see it, so I understand it. But it also, because of that, it kind of is hard to root for your rivals. It's weird because, like, in theory, you should be rooting for your team to win. And when your team doesn't win, you kind of should be hoping your rivals win. because it makes the division look better, right? Like, as a Packers fan, if we win a Super Bowl, it's like, oh, well, you have a crap division, right? Your division never wins anything, so it's a guaranteed playoff spot. You just need to win a couple of games after that. Kind of what, Tom Brady was feeling with the NFC East for so many years. That's what people always crap talked. But I can't really do it. Long story short, I hate the way that playoff game between the Saints and Vikings went, because if not for the protections of a defenseless receiver, they are not scoring that touchdown. This wasn't a miraculous play by the Vikings and Diggs. This was a safety who is a young safety afraid of extending the game due to a defensive receiver penalty. 100% every day of the week. Anyone that argues otherwise, they don't know ball. Simply put. But I do want to know, do you agree? Do you know ball? Seriously, though, what's your opinion? Because that's the way I see it, at least. Maybe I'm wrong. I truly think that play only happens because of, was it Marcus Williams, I think, being afraid of a defenseless receiver penalty. Because they would have called it 100%. If he would have blew him up midair like that, with the receiver not looking at him, they would have called the penalty. Still, you got to make the tackle. It doesn't matter what you're afraid of, just make the tackle. But that's why he whiffed, simply put. But at least we got another rant and a rebuild, boys. Yeah, let's go. I'm not sure why I decided to preface my bias, but yeah, I did. There you go. Already, the Saints looking better. Kind of. Yeah, they're looking better already. This is a much closer game. 14-all. Saints had a chance to score. They don't. Second half, they do. 21-all. Come on, Vikings. Come on, Vikings. Please. Oh, no. They're to 5. You got to get a stop here. You have got to get a stop here. The only play I know. Where the hell even is it? There it is. The only play I know that has a chance against a pressure. Oh. I don't like it. That's a run. That did not work. We'll take it, though. Thank you. I mean, it's year 4. Technically, it's year 5, but year 4 of us, like, truly having full control of the team as we throw an interception as we're in good position to take the lead or at least tie the game. And now we face a very tough series as we get no pressure at all. We are going to bring down the quarterback. I just sold so hard. I have just sold so unbelievably hard. It's crazy. I forgot it was the 2-minute warning, and I just called the timeout for literally no reason. Well, this is going to be a lot harder now if we even get the stop, which we do. Oh, that's a sell, dude. If we can at least get the field goal, though, it's fine because you're pretty much playing for the field goal here anyways. But, yeah, that is a huge sell. We lose a lot of time with that. Hicks with some speed, gets it to the 34. This is not going to be an easy one. Addison on the outside. Gonna go to the tight end. He's open. Strip to the line. It's yardage. It is yardage. Jefferson's kind of like a hot route here. And he is locked up. And McCarthy's got room. Oh, my God. Is that Chase? I've said it a few times now, but when we actually do start this brand new series, it is going to be impossible. There's no way around it. Oh, Jefferson just cooked. That is a great route. Jefferson's got an angle. Jefferson running towards the end zone will score. Another Minnesota miracle. Or the Minneapolis miracle, if you will. The Saints will actually have a chance this time, but oh my. It's happened again. I mean, what a block by Ty Felton, I believe it was. But I have not had a slant go for a touchdown in probably Madden's now, let alone on these sliders. I mean, you've seen the previous plays. They were locking everything down. But Jefferson, with his ability, I don't know what it is, but he definitely cooked off the line, that's for sure. As they are going to have a legit chance here to make something happen. I mean, look how much time they got. Through the 33-yard line with a timeout. Please, stop. Let me live. Corner route was open. And holy crap, he is maneuvering. What a play by us, though. That is sus as hell. That is a purposeful fumble. A lot of clock wasted for 3 seconds, but honestly, if we weren't using, he might have gotten a lot there. Does Sellers have a miracle of his own in him? That's a bad decision. that will make it where if they get caught inbounds, the game is over. Maybe a little risky going 3-man deep this early again, but I think you have to. Throws it away, not really a good look. 4th and 5. I mean, I'm not doing it. I'm just 3-man deep. They find a way to score from 3-man deep. They deserve to win all along. That's my thought process. And they will take the Hail Mary. And it hits us in the head. No catch. We're headed to the Super Bowl on a miracle. Wow. That is a hell of a game. Let me tell you. 28-24. Me yelling like this is just, it keeps regressing my voice, but it's worth it. It's really not. But, man, we've had some crazy ones lately. Between our speed rebuild and maybe not the Raiders one, but I mean, there's been some pretty crazy moments this week in these rebuilds. Let me tell you. JJ McCarthy, 2 picks, but we clutched up when we needed to. But yeah, I mean, Jefferson really didn't even have a good game. He took with a 54-yard touchdown and 3 for 30. What a game. You know, really not great at all. Perkins had 2 sacks. The guy is a versatile freak. That's why we paid him $20 million per year. Good pass rusher, good coverage guy. Okay in the run. Grenard was great. Pick for Allen and Senker. Kicking was clean. We're headed to the Super Bowl in year 4. Technically year 5, kind of. But with our first season in the playoffs in general. But unfortunately, we are facing the Kansas City Chiefs. Actually, that's not how we want to look. We want to see both teams. Did they have a bye week? They did not. They had to beat the Broncos, their division rivals, by 18. They had to beat the Jaguars by 7. And then they destroyed the Chargers. So a bit of division rivalry from them. So even tougher playoff games than normal. And then you look at their offense. They're number 1. We're number 2. The number 1 and 2 offenses playing against each other. Both teams, they suck against the pass. Both teams, decent against the run. Both teams about middle of the pack for points allowed. We have a way better rush offense. They have a bit better of a pass offense in general, even though they score more. On paper, we look like the better team. Call me crazy. Where's the Jeremiah Love there? He's like a 99 overall. Huge dev up year, by the way. Singleton goes to superstar. And then you look at JJ McCarthy. He goes to superstar. And you look over at Addison. I believe even he went to superstar this year. Yeah, 3 huge dev-ups for the skill position guys on offense. And then looking at the defense, you actually see Byron Murphy go up to X Factor. That might make him viable for one more season, assuming we need him. And here's Jeremiah Love, by the way. X Factor, 99 overall. He's a freak. I still like our decision, though. I think we made the right call. And we're basically cheating because we're playing this game at home on top of it. So we should have a little bit of home field advantage. However, we are taking on a very tough team, though. Chiefs have had quite a bit of success in the Madden sim world. I mean, hell, in the real life world as well. And they're a higher overall than us. I mean, most of the teams we've been seeing have been lower than us. This team's higher. 93 overall. Actually kind of crazy, which, speaking of kind of crazy, I think they might need a little bit of help. I'm going to run one drive with them. Defense, nice. Okay, to the 20-yard line. Let's see if this is a benefit or not, because we have seen how difficult it is on these sliders. Let's see if we can even benefit the team being out here. I mean, I don't know about you, but that's... I don't know how we dropped that, to be fair, but that's pretty damn good coverage. I'm not sure how that's that good of coverage, to be honest. There you have the streak for Felton, and if he does get covered, then Addison's open. Not open, but yeah, dropped. I mean, perfect coverage. That is crazy. Yeah, these sliders are insane. These sliders are crazy. Let's just run that slant. There's a chance. And with that last ever, we will be going for this, baby. Risking it all. They are bringing a blitz. Double drag. Tight end's open. Oh, great catch. Nice. Actually, a really good play there. That ability is so busted, though. I don't know why it's not even a thing. The drags worked, though. I don't know what that juke move is, but it kind of worked. Tight end was moving. Double move Moreno. Addison deep against a linebacker potentially here. Looks pretty good. And there goes the tight end again, who is having himself a day. What a play. Runs right over a guy, too. To the 18-yard line. Option for Addison. I really thought he was... What a swat, by the way. That's potentially a touchdown. But I'm about to say, I thought he would have went to the outside, but he didn't. Jefferson, I doubt they press him, but you never know. They do, and it works. Forced to Moreno, because he's just been great, who falls forward for the first down. What a damn play, by the way. This has been a pretty good drive. Can we punch it in for a touchdown, though? And, oh, my God. Leo Chanel just threw down. I don't know if that was a tight end or not. It better not have been a lineman. Let's see this. It was a lineman. It was a lineman. It was a freaking 300-plus pound tackle. Okay. I don't know who he thinks he is, but sure. Singleton. Nice fight. Thank you. Was that Drew Tranquil? Whoever the hell it was pushed us right in for the touchdown. And with that, we do get the lead. Hopefully they take advantage of our advantage we have given them. As it is 7-0, and not for long, it seems. Now we get the stop, field goal. All right. Offense without us, 4th and 2. They kick a field goal themselves, 4th and 4. We get the stop. And then a huge 60-yard touchdown to Jordan Addison. Don't know why we're slow simming this in. It is the Super Bowl, whatever. 24-10. I kind of just wanted to see how they played without us, which they played okay, but man, a lot of scoring here. 24-17 at halftime. Huge touchdown. 31-17. Huge stop. Touchdown would put us in a great spot, and we do get it. We've doubled their score. It's still a game, though. 14-point deficit. Chiefs are not going to do anything with it. And with that being said, we're going to hold on 41-31. I mean, arguably, without our touchdown, assuming the AI didn't score anything, Chiefs might have been playing for the win there at the end. You know, they might have been playing for that freaking win. At least the tie. Also, I don't hear anything. I don't hear anything. I don't know why I didn't realize that till just now, but I don't hear a single thing. That's great. That's great for the video. Love that we don't hear anything. Maybe my sounds are just too quiet. I don't know. But it sounds like random on-field stuff, no? Yeah, whatever. Who gives a damn? The Minnesota Vikings have won a Super Bowl. The 0-4 record is no more. Yeah, I wonder even, I wasn't really thinking about it, but was when we were actually on the field, was there actually sound? I wonder. But J.J. McCarthy, Patrick Mahomes looking good. J.J. McCarthy technically outplayed him because the average yards per attempt were ridiculous, almost 11 per throw. Singleton was a very consistent, good runner. Him and Love both had a game. Doors looking at the receivers. Jefferson, he did what he had to do. No touchdowns, but good team effort for the guys. I mean, Kirk had a big game. Wilkins, you know, pass rush in general, both sides kind of weak. No picks, clean kicking. The better team, apparently, just found a way to win. But yeah, let's take a look at the team. Justin Jefferson, of course, 99 overall. He starts as a 98. So it's not really much of a glow up, if you will. What about Mr. Addison, though? 94 overall. And no, I thought his release was going to be a little iffy. No, he's really good, too. They definitely have a type here in Minnesota. Looking at Ty Felton, never really developed. 81 overall. The scheme never really allowed him to develop, to be fair. Let's take a look at Singleton, who looks really good. Not quite the versatile guy as Love. You know, no 92 stiff arm, but faster, more elusive, apparently. Just a better player, arguably. Won a Super Bowl, just saying. J.J. McCarthy, deep accuracy not great, play action not great, but everything else, pretty good. Pretty good stuff. Take a look now at the tight end who had a really nice Super Bowl there for us. Actually, really clutch drive. 87 overall. Not the fastest guy in the world, but he was getting open. Most consistent separator for us in that game. O-line, you know, still developing, but 85 left guard, which we'll take a look at because it's, you know, one of the real-life rookies. Donovan Jackson. Pretty damn good player. Really good, you know, the top-line stats. But, you know, 84 center, 83 guard, 84 tackle. They're getting there. They might get to 88 plus if you gave them a couple more years. Byron Murphy. What a guy. I mean, he helped us out, saved us a ton with this safety role as he became an X-Factor at free safety, which is pretty cool. Rod Moore, never expected him to be the long-term starter here at safety, but he was good. Not amazing, but good. Then we, of course, look at linebacker, edge first, Dallas Turner. I thought we were starting to develop something there. 10 sacks, or 10 and a half, 9 sacks. Okay, if we can stay around that. But no, 5.5 sacks. Just not good. Just not good. Don't know if it's a 3-4, but Dallas Turner I can't get the guy to develop at all. Grenard, 88 overall. Obviously pretty damn good. Consistent performer for us, every single season except for that first year, which plays into real life stats, of course. Double-digit sacks. Very good player for us, which is why he stuck around so long. Obviously, a very big player for us. Linebackers, Max Scioli. Looking very good. Guy can make some plays. Started as a normal. Didn't even get to star in his rookie year, but since then, started Ev looking good. And then, of course, Perkins. What a player he was. Great coverage. Super speedy. Worth the extra money we had to pay him. 20+ mil for a linebacker is kind of rough. Looking at corners, Jeromepkr. Would love to see Terrell, see how he developed comparatively, but I'm very happy with our decision with, him and going for Singletary instead of going for Love at 11. I think it was pick 11, whatever it was. I think it made sense, and it worked out in the end. I think it, everyone's happy. Corners, Stokes, who cares. Then we'll look at the two DTs. Hobart, the true defensive tackle. Not really a pass rusher either, though. None of these DTs ever auto-upgrade into good pass rushers. And then obviously Dillard's not going to because he's a freaking nose tackle. But that is pretty much going to be it for this realistic style rebuild of the Minnesota Vikings. Again, let me know in the comment section below. Is JJ the guy? Do you think he's the guy? It's so early to tell because I've not loved what I've seen from him. Like 90% of the time, I'm not a huge fan. But look what happened with Rosmer, I'm not sure what's going to happen against the Commanders. But you guys will know by the time this video's up, right? So, yeah, I think it's early to tell. We'll see what happens with JJ. I think they do need corner. I think corner has been a problem for them for a while now. But maybe not the number one need. Either way, who do you think they're going to draft? What do you think about JJ McCarthy going forward? And let me know in the comment section below which team you'd like to see rebuild next. Don't think we're going to have an upload tomorrow, but Tuesday we should have some sort of challenge rebuild. And then Wednesday, maybe the finale of Panthers franchise, because I think we're just going to sim to the playoffs, assuming we're in them, and then just see what happens. Then maybe we'll do like a 10-year rebuild for them or following the team for 10 years afterwards kind of situation. And then maybe the following weekend, we start a new series. Maybe the Jets franchise, maybe relocation. I don't know. Either way, always going to have a lot of content. So if you end up enjoying, leave a like. Subscribe if you're new, if you haven't already subscribed. And if you are already, make sure you have the bell notification all so you know when the next upload is up. Follow me on Twitter, Jeromepkr, second channel Upgare Plays for non-Madden content. And that is it. Hopefully this voice, hopefully the sickness is fully done soon. Anyways, appreciate y'all for watching. Hopefully you guys come back for next video. But until next video,